Welcome back to another episode of Front Row Cinema, a movie podcast for movie lovers by movie lovers. I am your host, TJ Trimboli, and with me, as always, my co-host. I got the nemesis in the house tonight, fresh off getting murdered in that downtown Raccoon City, Mr. James O'Reilly.
Hey, me and a lot of other people, buddy.
That's true. They really gave you the brunt end of a nuke there, huh? How many tons was that?
It was 5 kilotons.
That is a lot. That'll definitely take it.
That was like, dude, that was my one of my the parts of the movie that stood out to me. I don't want to say favorite because, but when like the Raccoon City detective was like so knowledgeable about nuclear bombs, she was like, what did she say exactly? She was like, "What's the payload?" or something like that.
Yeah,
But she used like a
what's the
fancier word
payload?
than payload. Like, oh my God, it was so funny.
5 kilotons.
5 kilotons.
I'll definitely kill a nemesis or two.
Yeah, would it though? Would it? I don't know that it would.
I don't know. We never saw him again in any of these movies. Poor nemesis. And each week we take a look at a different movie from our childhood and we see how well it's aged, along with the hype surrounding the film, its box office analysis, and legacy in the film industry. So if you enjoy this kind of content, hit that sub button on YouTube, leave that 5-star review on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. It's how you help the channel grow. Jim, what are we watching tonight?
We're watching Resident Evil Apocalypse, which
Oh, yeah.
most notably does not have an apocalypse in it at all. Like,
That is true. Yeah. Yeah. A quarantine city, but no apocalypse. But quarantine
like we
city
may
doesn't
as
roll
well
off the
just
tongues.
call Titanic Apocalypse. Like it's like what does the word mean anything anymore? Like
Would it have been better to just go Resident Evil Part 2?
yeah, I don't know. I think it might have been better to just not make it.
They put
But
some stank on it. They give it the Godfather treatment. Part 2.
yeah, yeah, something like that. Just like I don't know. I feel like it's actually kind of fitting that it's called Resident Evil Apocalypse because it really feels like this whole movie franchise summed up into a title. You know what I mean? Like where
Yeah.
it's just like it's promising you the apocalypse and it just never delivers. Like that's like what I feel like is like a very good microcosm for the whole thing.
Paul
But
W.S.
I don't
Anderson
necessarily
is
want to harp
like,
on the title for too long. We're watching Resident Evil Apocalypse.
Paul W.S. Anderson is like, I'm subverting their expectations, baby. They're going to be waiting a whole movie for an apocalypse. I'm just going to pull the rug out from under them.
Yo, honestly, I would totally watch Resident Evil Apocalypse directed by Wes Anderson.
Oh my God.
If Wes Anderson released a movie with that title, I would absolutely pay money to go see it.
He's so funny. Starring Ray Fiennes.
Yeah, right. All the hits, get them all in there. Jason
All,
Schwartzman can
all the classics.
come.
Unfortunately, our 2004 action horror film Resident Evil Apocalypse, not directed by Wes Anderson, directed by Alexander Witt, written by Paul W.S. Anderson of the classic AVP fame from just a few weeks ago, and starring Mila Jovovich, Odette Fair, and Jared Hess. Now, we've got the DVD cover here because, of course, I do, Jim. You know me. I'm never going to miss out on owning a Resident Evil movie. I unfortunately own every single one of these Resident Evil movies.
Yeah, don't act like you didn't want them. Don't act like that. You totally wanted them.
Oh, I wanted them. Oh, I wanted them and took them. But we got our lovely little log line here on the back, and it reads: After narrowly escaping the horrors of the underground hive facility, Alice is quickly thrust back into a war raging above ground between the living and the dead. As the city is locked down under quarantine, Alice joins a small band of elite soldiers led by Valentine and Carlos, enlisted to rescue the missing daughter of Dr. Ashford, the creator of the mutating T virus. It's a heart pounding race against time as the group faces off against hordes of bloodthirsty zombies, stealthy lickers, mutant canines, and their most sinister foe yet. Don't know that I like stealthy lickers. That doesn't feel
That does, yeah, that
doesn't
does feel a little bit
it feels a
what's
little
the word
too
I'm looking
erotic for
for?
me.
Yeah. But like the stealthy part adds a whole different layer to it, you know?
Yeah,
Like
that's
what is
true.
it?
Yeah,
Why exactly are they being
yeah.
stealthy is my question.
While you creeping up on that licking, buddy? What are you doing?
Right. Is this to like try and do it? Like are they trying to do this like on the sly?
Yeah,
Like
take
kind of in front of
spots.
people without them noticing? Or
I didn't
the
know.
lickers trying to have
Yeah.
nobody notice? There's like, I don't know, a lot of questions.
I knew the T virus made you a zombie. I didn't know it also made you a pervert.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
Now, was this the first time watching for you, Jim, or had you had seen this one back in the day?
I didn't remember much about it, but I know that I saw it because I remembered one scene, which was when Umbrella kind of like opened fire on all the people waiting at the gate. I remember that. And I remember it being like, at the time, I thought it was a lot more hardcore than it actually was. Like maybe like six people died in that whole crowd. It like was not that bad. Like,
And they do like I don't even think they really like show anyone in that crowd like going down, right? The crowd just like disperses when they fire.
I think they might have shown like one or two people, but either way, it's like a lot more of them were gonna die in a different way, like very soon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I remember that scene being brutal when I was a kid, and like now I watch it and I'm like, what the hell? Like, how did I ever think this was like so hardcore?
It's hilarious. Yeah.
So I must have seen it as to answer your
To answer
question.
the question, yeah, you had seen it at some point. Yeah, and this one wasn't a watch with the boys. Big Rob took me, Zach, and two family friends to go see this movie. And actually, Big Rob watched it with me this time also, and he had zero recollection that he took us to this movie or even like what this movie was even about. And it kept his attention the entire movie, but dear God, was he, at the end of it, he was like, "Man, I can't believe I sat through that twice."
Yeah,
So
it's a pretty good point. That's a
yeah,
pretty good point.
not a fan in the Big Rob playbook. Not a fan of
Me
many
neither,
people's.
actually,
Yeah,
now that you mention it.
yeah, not a fan of many people's playbook, but somehow this movie became the little engine that could and spawned an absolutely ridiculous franchise because people would go watch this movie hand over fist. So let's cue it up, Jim. Let's dive into some box office numbers.
Numbers, dates, and numbers, numbers, dates, hooray, dates, numbers. Show me the money.
All right. Resident Evil: Apocalypse is going to open against a $45 million budget.
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all. Honestly, in the context of the ones we have been talking about, really not bad at all. Like,
Also, though, in this movie, like, how much are we really paying Mila Jovovich, right? Like,
I mean, not that much, I would guess. I mean,
yeah,
like,
how much are we really paying anybody in this movie?
is she like super famous at this point? I mean, I know she's been in The
She
Fifth
was she
Element and the first Resident Evil. Anything else that was like really like popular?
no, or not that I know of.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I
Even
don't
off of
remember.
these, I don't know that I would like really say she's like super popular as much as it's just that like she gets to work because her husband puts her in all these movies.
I mean, I guess, but at some point she gets really famous, doesn't she? Like,
Yes, I mean they did make like nine of these, so like she had to be doing
she's
something
been
right.
she's been in other stuff too. I know this kind of became her bread and butter, but it feels like she's been in other things like over the years, especially in the like mid 2000s.
Oh no, I don't remember seeing her in at least once Resident Evil became the gig. I don't remember seeing her in any other stuff. Like I
Yeah,
remember her in like Dazed and Confused, but like after she started doing Resident Evil, I don't remember really anything else that
yeah.
she's in.
I would
That's not just like straight garbage.
I would pull it up, but my computer's running very slow, like incredibly
I've
slow.
got it up for you here, Jim. Yeah, like in the 90s, got a bit of an arc. Does Days of Confused, does The Fifth Element, is in He Got Game,
Oh,
Does
okay.
that Joan of Arc movie.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. She's in Zoolander. Then she does Resident Evil. And Resident Evil basically becomes the thing. And anything else you see her in, it's just like it looks like almost like really bad direct to DVD movies or like really bad blockbuster movies. Like she does Ultraviolet. She does that really shitty Three Musketeers remake. Then like nothing but Resident Evils until she's in Zoolander 2 again. She's in that really shitty Hellboy remake. She was in that shitty Monster Hunter movie. So like,
Yeah, I remember Monster Hunter, yeah.
yeah.
But
So like,
like, I guess what I would say is like, you maybe didn't enjoy the Three Musketeers movie, but my point is kind of like the fact that she was in a reboot of the Three Musketeers, like I feel like she was pretty famous, you know what I mean? Like she almost was like the OG Scarlett
or
Johansson,
that
who
was
like maybe didn't quite take off as much as Scarlett Johansson. But when you were making Lucy, it's like there was a good chance you were picking up the phone and calling Mila, like
right, fair, fair. Yeah, under that pretext, I will give you that. Then yes, I concede.
yeah. So against that $45 million budget, it's going to open the weekend of September 10th through the 12th,
Great,
which should
great.
tell us a lot about
Yeah,
this
wow,
movie,
wow.
honestly.
I love that they were like, when does this movie like perfect for 9/11 weekend, baby?
Right, because we've kind of like had wide eyes about a lot of like summer weekends and been like, oh my God, can you imagine that all six of these movies were in theaters at the same time in the summer of 2003? Like, wow, that's insane. Let's talk a little bit about the weekend of September 10th through the 12th of 2004.
What a
So
time.
Resident Evil Apocalypse is going to open number one with
That's right,
$23
baby.
million. dollars.
Ooh, 23 gonna put us in the low end here. The number 56 spot on our list. In between How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days is 23.8, but ahead of Shallow Hal's 22.5.
Yeah, crazy company to be in because those are both like rom-commy kind of movies. And Resident Evil Apocalypse feels like it wishes it came out 6 weeks ago. You know what I mean? Like, like it feels like that was what they were dreaming of when they made it, and then they watched it and they were like, "I don't know how you feel about 9/11 weekend."
They
like,
were they were dreaming of a June release, and they were like, actually,
yeah,
yeah, we're gonna put you around when people are already kind of depressed and like see what you can do there.
right, right, right. So, like I said, number one, $23 million. Down in second place, this is also the opening weekend of last week's episode, Cellular,
A
which is
weekend.
down in second with 10.6 million.
A weekend to be had for sure.
Third place, Without a Paddle, the fourth week of Without a Paddle, 4.5 million.
Man.
Fourth place, Hero, third week of Hero, which I mean, I enjoyed Hero, but like pretty good addition to this absolutely insanely awful seeming weekend.
Yeah.
Fifth place, The Princess Diaries 2 Royal Engagement, which is a movie that I'm not even sure Chris Pine can save.
Yeah. Man, to think that we could have went to the theater that weekend and seen any classic.
And then sixth place, Anacondas, The Hunt for the Blood Orchid.
Nice.
What a weekend, man.
That's
Just like
great.
September. This is what we're talking about
It's
when
a
we talk
great
about
weekend for
September.
September. And I went Friday night for that Resident Evil showing, baby. I did my due diligence.
Yeah, right. You did your job. Going into weekend two of Resident Evil, it's going to drop an astonishing 62.4%
Yikes.
down to let's call it $8.7 million. It's down in third place.
Dude, that's a it's amazing that we got like another six of these movies.
It is. It's amazing. Yeah, it really is. I think I have a
Not only that we
feeling.
got another six, that like these would go on to like make a lot of money.
Yeah, I have a
That
feeling that
damn
this might be
international
one of
box
those
office.
movies where we go see the international total and then we go, aha, that's what happened.
Those bastards.
But maybe more astonishing than that 62.4% drop. This is a weekend we need to talk about here for a second because there are three movies this weekend that like September might be having a huge bounce back from 9/11 weekend right here.
Ooh.
So
They were like, all right, we got past our remembering. Now it's time to get back into the swing of movies.
Yeah, there's three movies here that I think we need to do all three. I think
Okay.
it's important.
Okay.
So I'm going to give them to you in the order that I would like to watch them. So,
Okay. All right. Let's hear that.
opening this weekend, September 17th to 19th, Wimbledon.
Ooh. All right. All right.
The Paul Bettany, Kirsten Dunst rom-com centered around the tennis tournament.
I've actually never seen that movie.
It is so good. It is so good. I want to watch that movie next so bad.
Okay. What are the other two?
Uh, Mr. 3000, the Bernie Mac vehicle,
Okay. What's the last one?
or Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow.
Oh boy. Well, we saw Sky Captain in theaters, so that one that's a big one that weekend.
Yeah. So what are you feeling?
So
What are you
what
thinking? What do you want to watch first?
so your order would be Wimbledon, Mr. 3000, Sky Captain?
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't really have any strong feelings about any one of those three movies, so I have zero issues with that order.
Amazing. Lock it in.
All right.
Lock it
It's on
in.
the board, people. There you go.
You
Your
heard
next
it here,
three
folks.
episodes.
Wimbledon is up next.
We're
I'd
back,
call it a
baby.
guilty pleasure, but I don't feel guilty at all.
Oh boy. Yeah, no, I've never seen Wimbledon, so I'm firmly on board with that being number one because I always love watching a movie that I've never seen before. I don't particularly remember liking Mr. 3000 or even remember. I know I watched it, but I couldn't tell you a single thing about it. So same with Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow. So I couldn't care less about the order of those two.
All right, then it's locked in.
Here we go. Lock it in. Lock it and load it. Inject it into my
But back
veins.
to back to Resident Evil Apocalypse.
Must we?
I think we do, yeah, unfortunately.
All right, let's hear it. Next weekend. Oh yeah, what did it do?
Yeah.
Did it get beat by all three of these movies this weekend?
No, like I said, it came in third place. It was a
Ooh.
62.4% drop, down to third place.
All right.
All right. So going into weekend three, Resident Evil is going to drop another 53.4% down to 4 million.
Dear God. Pack it
Uh,
in, boys.
it's only going to be in fourth place though, because September is a wasteland.
It is true.
Like 4 million, $4 million is easily enough to be in first place. When you're going up against movies like First Daughter, it's like,
Oh boy. That's
oh,
the
shut.
is that Mandy Moore?
Yeah, that's the Mandy Moore one, I believe. Yeah,
Oh boy.
she like
Yikes.
falls for a Secret Service agent when she's the president's daughter.
Oh my God. It's so ridiculous.
It's so ridiculous. Yeah. Also opening this weekend, the third week of Resident Evil here, The Forgotten. Do you remember The Forgotten?
Oh, the Julianne Moore movie, right?
Yeah.
Was
That movie also a must watch, like an absolute must watch.
there's a movie. Man, September is just giving us heater after heater.
I mean, we were saying September is bad, but September 2004 might be on a very sick run right now. There's a lot of movies because then this is also the weekend Shaun of the Dead comes out.
Oh wow. Oh, damn. Yeah, September really packing it in.
Yeah, very interesting. Very interesting. And then I mean, I think we can
Fastballs.
just we can ride Resident Evil out of the top 10, right? Like who
Yeah, you
cares?
can't imagine you're getting another week out of this thing.
Well, no, it'll go for a while probably because I think September kind of stinks. But let's see.
Sure. Yeah, sure, Jim.
I don't know. It's great. It's great. Like there's a lot of good movies coming out, but I'm saying the numbers aren't good. Like they're not making any money.
Yeah. It's a lot of mediocre, will be forgotten 5 minutes from now movies.
Yeah, weekend four. Okay, okay, maybe you're onto something. Weekend four, it's gonna drop another 42.8% down to eighth place.
Yeah. All right. Told you. We ain't getting past four.
Weekend five
Lock them in.
dropped 45.8% down to 10th place.
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah, I won't get out of here. And hold on, even better. That's that fifth weekend is October 10th, or sorry, October 8th through the 10th. holiday weekend. You want to take a stab at what holiday I have here on Box Office Mojo?
Over
Mister, I
eight?
know all the holidays.
Like, is it Christopher Columbus weekend?
You might be right if this show wasn't so woke, because what I have here on Box Office Mojo
Indigenous
is
peoples?
Indigenous Peoples Day weekend.
Listen here. If there was one thing it wasn't in 2004, it was the indigenous peoples, all right?
Yeah. So
Maybe in this
the,
newfound land called 2025.
the fifth weekend, it's in 10th place for the 8th through the 10th, but the Indigenous Peoples Day crowd is really digging Resident Evil. It's going to be in 8th place if you take that 3-day weekend. It jumps up a little bit there.
Get out of here, you monsters.
Pulls in an additional $130,000 on
Man,
Indigenous Peoples Day. The crowd just really swelling.
just when you think Christopher Columbus hasn't screwed us enough, he goes and does something like this.
And then weekend six, finally, it's down in 15th place with $673,000.
Wow. All right, Resident Evil. I wasn't familiar with your game. Using that great indigenous people loophole to stay around for another week. Going to join a
Yeah.
couple other notable 5-weekers that we did this summer, like Van Helsing, Harry Potter, The Prisoner of Azkaban, and Jet Li's Hero.
Yeah. I mean, interesting company. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, that's for sure. And then I shudder to hear some totals.
It's going to finish with 51.2 million domestic,
That's not great.
78.1 million international, and then for a worldwide total of 129.3 million.
So the international ain't coming to save you just yet, Resident Evil. 129 million worldwide, good enough to tie us with Mean Girls, which also made 129 million. So they're going to tie right there in the number 64 spot.
Yeah. Which I mean, it makes sense that that's pretty low on the list, but if you only spent 45 million, like that's not bad. That's not bad.
No, I mean off of a $40 million budget, like it at least makes sense. Like why we got another one at bat, and then it ends up working out for them in the end because clearly these movies do end up as we go on making a lot of money, and that international market really does come to play in making sure that these movies like make a stupid amount of money. Like, let's just quickly, because we're not going to get to another Resident Evil movie for a while, but let's just see what the kind of returns were like for these movies as they would go on. Yeah, like still not like the craziest amount, but like enough to make these worthwhile. And the budgets never get out of control. So the next one, Extinction, would come out in 2007, still with the same budget, 45 million, does 150 million worldwide. The next one, Afterlife, 2010, made for 60 million, makes 300 million worldwide. 240 million of that is from the international market.
There you go. Now you're talking. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Retribution in 2012 made for 65 million, pulls in 240 million worldwide. 198 of that is international. And then the last one, the final chapter, they only spend $40 million on this one. This one makes 314 million worldwide. 287 million comes from international markets.
Yeah, so it's the same formula. Like they're not
Yeah,
quite hitting it on this one, but the bones of it are there. Where it makes sense to me that they took another swing and felt like they could find like what they found, you know?
yeah, they could find the groove, and they found the groove. They knew how to like tinker it for international like audiences, and they made some money.
It's
So
interesting. We talk about how they don't make mid-budget movies anymore, but like that might be the most successful run of mid-budget movies in the 2010s, right? Like in the 2000s, in this millennium even.
absolutely. And I guess it still goes to show like why they do it because reception wise, while the critics bore this movie, the audience sings a completely different tune. So 18% from critics, Jim, 60% from the audience. So
Wow.
clear,
Even the
just like
audience, 60% is low.
yeah, but still, even with the audience, that's such a stark contrast from 18 to 60 for them. 6.1 from IMDb, but the dreaded death sentence, the B cinema score.
Yeah, B is very low. It makes sense to me that people were disappointed when they left the theater.
Yeah. Go figure. Go figure they wouldn't be happy. And then we have a couple of user reviews here, Jim, to sing us a tune. And our first one-star review comes to us from The Whale, writing his review on September 11th, 2004. And he writes, ruined a good franchise. Horrible acting. First 20 minutes of the movie were good when it was actually slightly scary and there was some substance. The rest of the movie was almost unwatchable. On a note, I don't see how African Americans don't get supremely offended by being portrayed by cliches like Mike Epps, who just who are horribly unfunny and just try to make the movie ghetto. Again,
Whoa,
this movie could have been
ghetto.
great.
He said ghetto?
He
That's
called it
crazy.
ghetto. The movie could have been great, but they ruined everything. Don't waste your time or money.
I mean, he was at least half right.
Yeah, my man. He had us for slightly maybe a minute of that.
Yeah, the ghetto thing is crazy.
Sorry, bro. Like, why? Why did you even have to mention that or go there?
Yeah.
Like, dear Lord.
He had me in the first half. I was kind of like, yeah, I wonder if more of them were offended back then. And then she just like takes a hard left turn.
Oh well, what are you doing? And then our last one-star review here, Jim, comes to us courtesy of Travis Bickle from Taxi Driver fame. And he writes, as with the last Resident Evil, this is what I can only describe as a salvage movie. I guess they followed a menu that went something like this. 1. Start with a basic script. 2. Take all sorts of characters, sets, and situations from other movies and stick them in where you can. 3. Add some R-rated sex scenes for good measure. The worst thing, apart from the mediocre acting and the half-baked direction, was how they tried to stretch it out to fill the time. I would say halfway through making the movie, they probably realized they couldn't fill more than 60 minutes with this junk. And what about a sequel? So they spliced in another 15 painful minutes so that they could leave the ending open. But I will say, best thing about this movie, Sienna Gilroy. She can arrest me anytime. Ooh, smoking hot. We got there in the end, people.
Yeah, I mean, this is a movie that's like it almost feels like it was created to get somebody to say that there were babes in it in the IMDb comments section.
It's just like, it's too perfect. I mean, we did have topless zombies, Jim.
I mean, yeah, there were topless zombies.
Perfect babe
What
material.
was the what was the R-rated sex scene they were talking
Yeah,
about
I
though?
don't know. I don't remember a sex scene in this movie at all. I don't know what this guy was watching.
Yeah, there wasn't one. There was topless zombies at one point, and then they did see Mila's boobs in the end.
Little boy
Which like
boobs.
I watched this movie with my girlfriend and her mom,
Okay.
and actually, you know what? I'm not gonna tell this story. When we got to when they got to that part when Mila's in the tank, she goes, "Oh my God, what they do to her breasts?" And we were just like, I think that's just kind of how they look. I don't think they did anything. I think that's just the actress. Like,
We like them small. We like them big.
it was,
We like boobs in any shape they come.
it was just so funny.
Even when there's no boob and just nipple, we're still fans.
It was so funny. She was like, she had thought they had done like horrible experiments on her.
They were like they were like to Matt, we've turned him into the nemesis. For Mia, we just lopped off her breasts.
Right, we made them look really weird.
You sick animals.
Oh my God. But yeah, I don't remember any sex scene. I just remember those two scenes. That was
No,
really it.
I think I guess maybe they just nudity to them is just sex.
Yeah, I guess so.
Just
But yeah, I
conflate
don't
the
know.
two. I don't know. We got our 10 stars here, Jim. And our
Oh
next
my God.
person also coming to us from September 11th, 2004. And they write, Apocalypse was what I expected. No, scratch that. Better. I wasn't surprised when the characters didn't match up perfectly with the video game, but that didn't stop me from loving every second of it. Let me tell you right now, Mila Jovovich is hot. What I didn't like was the shaky, blurry, choppy camera work while filming the zombies. There was none of that in the first. I suppose they did that to make them look less human. Good movie still, though. Hoorah! That,
Rob, what was
that,
he, a Marine? Like,
that
what?
totally, yeah, Semper Fi, baby. That totally reads like a 10 out of 10 review to me, right?
Yeah, it sounded like he really loved it. And he's totally gonna love every other Resident Evil movie if he hates the shaky camera and bad editing.
Yeah, good news. Good news for him, baby. You got a lot of good stuff to look forward to. Then we
Somehow
have,
they do it even worse in later Resident Evil movies.
yeah. And then I got one last 10 star here for you, Jim. And they wrote, I thought this was a very good movie. The action was fast paced despite the slow moving zombies. Mia is one undead, ass kicking, hot machine. I liked Jill Valentine being brought into the fold as well. And the actress who plays her is smoking hot.
Oh my God, dude.
And Mike Epps was hilarious as usual.
Mike Epps is hilarious. You know,
Excellent
Mike Epps
review.
is pretty hilarious, I think.
Mike Epps
Maybe, I
is
don't
a
know about
funny
in
guy.
this movie, but in general,
Yeah,
I feel like he's funny.
he's solid. But man, a lot of babe talk in the comments tonight.
Yeah, again, I feel like this movie is almost designed to get people to say that on
Yeah, design
IMDb.
designed for the chuds to come out for the babes. So let me hear it from you, Jim. Did this movie really bring out the chud nature in you? Really get you going on the babes?
No, not really. I mean, like they are like sure they're babes. Sure, let's just call a
Well,
spade a spade.
I will say though, the outfit that they gave Jill Valentine for this movie is fucking ridiculous.
It's so ridiculous. Yeah, like they're really throwing it in your face that she's a
Yeah.
babe. You know what I mean?
Like
That's what I'm trying to say.
her introduction where she just like stomps into the police station in that outfit and just starts like laying waste to zombies while like dudes are like holding on to them
Yeah,
is
like
absolutely absurd.
society's still mostly intact at that point, and she's literally walking into a police station shooting people in the head. Like it's nuts.
She's just like, I told you it was gonna come to this. It's like, what? What are you talking about?
Yeah, was she even in the first movie? I don't think so,
Nope.
right?
Nope. Somehow
Right.
in between the first and second, she just did the research.
Yeah, she was literally like, I told you that this would happen, the infected. And it's like, what are you, how do you know any of this?
Like, what? What do you mean?
But this movie wastes no time, is how I would put it. They just like dive right in, right?
Listen, we only got 94 minutes here and we got to get in.
Yeah. But I don't know, like the word I kept thinking of when I was watching this movie is just like meaningless. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
and like it was interesting because like I was thinking back to what we were talking about with Jurassic Park and you were or Jurassic World Rebirth, whatever it's called.
Hmm.
You were saying how like they were like such shallow characters, right? And I was watching this movie and I was like, man, I wish these characters were even like shallow. Like they're just like nothing. Like
Yeah.
they're just
It's a
absolutely
whole
nothing.
nothing burger of just nonsense.
Right. Right.
And I
And
like how
it's
they
like
were just like, we're gonna do it, and the T virus is gonna turn everyone into a zombie except Alice. It's gonna turn her into a fucking like superhero. Like,
right, right. Which that's the only interesting thing about it, honestly. Like I wish they would have done that sooner.
dude, when she just like rides the motorcycle into the church and just starts like taking out those pervert liquors,
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. But
bananas.
it also like it's so it hits every zombie movie beat, but like in a bad way. You know what I mean? Like like those zombie movie beats add to how shallow it is, I guess is how I would put it. Um, they're literally just like very cookie cutter things that happen in zombie movies, and they don't really do anything to like set either of them up. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's all just like cliched nonsense.
Yeah.
Just
Like how many
push us in
times
the
can
right
you do
direction.
the a person got bit and then they're gonna turn into one, but you don't want them to turn into one, so are you gonna do something about it now, or are you gonna wait till it's more difficult?
Then
Like they
but
did that like four times in this movie.
they also get ridiculous with the logic because they'll be like the friend of Jill Valentine's, the one other cop, gets bit when they're trying to like get at the check-in point. And then he makes it for like hours before he turns. But then we'll see
Yeah.
somebody 2 scenes later get bit and he turns like immediately. And it's like, what are the
Yeah.
fucking rules? Like, what has he just got this like amazing iron in his blood that's like stafing the infection? Like, what's happening? Like,
Yeah, I don't know. I think the point is there doesn't need to be rules for that.
exactly.
Like,
For that, it's literally like we need to keep him along so that we can have that stupid scene where Jill Valentine goes like, "If it comes to it, I'll put him down myself."
yeah. Yeah, it's just so bad. It's so
Which
bad.
is
And
even
like
that
again,
that's just like a stock line from like a cliched moment where something like that would happen.
yeah. All the things that are supposed to look cool also look really lame. Like Nemesis is the lamest guy ever. He's
We
so lame.
and it's funny that like we see it again in a Paul W.S. Anderson movie because we talked about it in AVP where the alien or the predators looked like bulky and silly in their costumes. And
Yeah.
like Nemesis looks absolutely so silly in that costume.
Right, and not in a good way. Like they're trying to play him off like he's this like big bad like unstoppable force, and he looks like a Goosebumps villain. It's so bad.
It's also hilarious that like they would like make this big, huge like monstrosity that like almost seemingly is like, yeah, like we built this like big, huge like zombie creature to be indestructible. And they're like, okay, what are you gonna do with them? We're gonna give him a submachine gun and a bazooka. It's like, why?
Right, yeah, so
What does he need
he's
that for?
got like a Gatling gun and a bazooka, which is like a big part of why he's so lame, right? Like those are the two lamest weapons he can have.
It's like, okay, like, couldn't you have given them those things and not made him a zombie?
Yeah, but he wouldn't be on such an unstoppable force if he wasn't a zombie.
It
Like he
should
was taking the reason he could just carry a bazooka and and a machine gun is because he was like you could shoot him 100 times and he
yeah,
wouldn't die.
we just had him juicing and we gave him all the big toys.
Yeah, that opening was so funny, by the way, where they were like showing him getting separated in the hallway, and they did that awful voiceover. Like it felt like they recorded it after the fact that they were. The doctor's like, "Take him in the other room. I
Yeah.
want him for the Nemesis project." Just like just totally like giving up the ghost in the first 5 seconds, you know?
It's oh my god, yeah, this movie is just it's so dumb. Just a meaningless collection of scenes designed to like try and lull you into some semblance of like, oh yeah, this is cool. Like you see these things blow up, you see these things blow up. Like, all right, yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, and it's like this is like a movie that's very like plot driven, where it's like, when you talk about the movie, you're like, and then they're gonna go to the police station, and then they're gonna go to the church, and then they're gonna go here, and there's gonna be zombies everywhere. And
Real road movie.
yeah, and it's like I don't really care unless like you tell me why they're going to those places, and that part of it's interesting, because otherwise I just don't care really, you know? And I don't know, it's like it never really gets fully there for me for that. It does have the guy from Chernobyl playing. He gives them
Jared
like a pretty
Harris.
good plot hook, you know?
It's funny that they get like a good collection of like actors to play against the backdrop of like this silliness. Because like there's like a blink and like he shows up more at the end, but there's like a blink and you'll miss it moment in the beginning where I'm like, is that fucking Jorah Mormont? Like what?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
It shows like absolutely absurd. And it just keeps building to the point where like any goodwill I'd be willing to give this movie in the beginning is just ruined by the end. When it finally gets to the point where she's walking out of the facility at the end and she just looks at the cameras and the dude in the office watching the cameras just bleeds out of his eyes to death.
Right.
It was like, what are we doing anymore? Like,
She's got like telekinetic powers, dude. She can blow up people's brains through security cameras. I mean, what else could it be?
it was just like, all right, so we're done now. Like, just do that, like, and kill the people working for fucking like the Raccoon City or whatever the
You
fucking
think
corporation's called.
do you think they just stand in front of security cameras all day, dude? She's got it. It's the only way it works. She's got to
Well,
do it
yeah, I was
through.
gonna say, what's the lore? Like, does she have to be looking at a video camera? Like,
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that's the only confirmed kill we have so far. I guess we'll have to see in the future Resident Evil movies.
I also love just how easy it was for like Jill Valentine, Mike Epps, and the dude from The Mummy to just roll up to that facility and be like, "Yeah, we're picking her up," and they're like, "All right, you got it, sir.
Yeah, well, no, because it was a trap. They wanted them to pick her up.
Let her go. We got to see what she can do out there."
Because what did he say? He was like, initialize Project Alice.
Yeah,
It's like, dude, this is so lame.
it's so dumb. It's just so dumb, and I love how every moment like you'll see something stupid and you'll be like, "There's no way it can get dumber than that," and then it does. Like when they're going to commandeer the helicopter and the mummy guy and everyone's down at the base and they're about to get sniped by a guy on the roof. And then all of a sudden Mila's just up there and she's like, nah, and just like duffs him. And then she just fucking scale runs down the side of the building to like just
Yeah,
unload on them. Like, I hate
yeah.
every second about this movie.
I didn't really enjoy a lot of it. Like now that you mention it, like I said, I just keep coming back to the word meaningless. I was just like so bored the whole time.
It's just like it's funny because like I see here like what someone has a blurb on the front of the DVD cover that just says non-stop action. And it's just like, yeah, but when it's literally just like things happening with no basis for like giving us a reason to care, what is the point of non-stop action?
Yeah,
Like
and like it's not
action is
even.
nothing without conflict to make me care about the people in the peril.
Yeah, but also like it's not even nonstop action. Like there's so many parts of it that are not actiony.
Or they're just like walking around. Nemesis is just like stars.
Yeah. Like would you is that I mean I guess that's action, that scene when he like RoboCops the police
Yes.
station. But like
I love how
I mean
they're like those are stars. They're the best of the best. And it's just like a regular police precinct. It's like, what do you mean they're the best of the best? Like
no, they were
what?
like a SWAT team though.
Raccoon SWAT team.
All right, so hold on. I got an Elseworlds movie for you.
Okay.
Nemesis gets unleashed in Los Angeles. And there's only one SWAT team that can stop him.
Oh my
It's
god,
like,
Colin Farrell's
yeah,
team.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
We gotta get him back.
And the twist, they have to work with the guy they were trying to escort to prison from the first one.
God.
Only now he's played by Chris Evans.
Well, all right, so I guess that leads to the age-old question. Is this movie better with Chris Evans?
Uh, I don't know.
Do we
Yeah,
do we subject that poor man to this movie?
Chris Evans, if he played the military guy who ends up hanging out with them by the end,
The dude from The Mummy.
yeah, I would like Chris Evans better than him.
I think he could rock that part. He could also Chris Evans is Nemesis.
Yeah,
Get him in
I
the
can see
Nemesis
that too.
program.
I can see that too. Yeah.
Honestly, is this movie better if Chris Evans just plays every part?
No, not every part. No. What if instead of Nemesis in Los Angeles, it's Chris Evans, but Chris Evans from Alien vs Predator? Like,
No, no, It's Chris Evans in the movie Cellular, but the person who's kidnapped Kim Basinger is Nemesis.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Now we're talking.
Now we're cooking.
Yeah. I don't really have anything else to say about this movie, which I think is why we're like 3 layers deep into Chris Evans references that only exist in our minds.
We're
Like we're
we're
talking
giving
about
Hollywood a lot
Chris
of gold
Evans
today.
from Alien vs Predator as if that's a thing that actually happened. Like so I think we're about out of things to say
So
about
so so far deep in our own reality.
yeah.
Is there anything you liked about this movie?
I liked that the DVD I was watching it on skipped chapter 8. That's what I liked. That's,
Silver
I-
linings. There you go.
yeah. Like it cut to like toward the end, and my girlfriend was like, "Oh no, it didn't work." And I'm like, "How much did it cut out?" And she's like, "I don't know, like 10 minutes." I'm like, "Perfect. Let's just keep it rolling. Let's not even think about this.
Don't
Let's
think we
just
missed a beat.
count our blessings, dude."
I will say the most realistic thing about this at the end is at the end when they released the footage that the woman took of the zombie apocalypse, and everyone was just like, "Nah, fake news."
Yeah.
Movie was
Yeah.
very ahead of its time.
Yeah, very ahead of its time.
Very ahead of its time. But all right, Jim. So then let me ask you this:
Yeah.
this movie, based obviously on a video game, very loosely based on a video game, because outside of Nemesis in the title, I don't know that there's much lore from the video game transposing over. But let's take a look at some other notable video game movies here and see maybe where Resident Evil Apocalypse might fall in into the video game realm for us. Especially this is a very
Yeah.
prescient topic because video game adaptations are in right now. They seem to be the new thing on the rise as superhero movies start to dwindle. So this could be interesting to see where this one might fall here.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at some notable ones here. I guess ones maybe somewhat similar in the genre. Do you take Resident Evil Apocalypse or Silent Hill?
Um, I don't think I've ever seen Silent Hill.
Oh, you lucky bastard.
I think I would have to take Resident Evil Apocalypse by default.
I mean, it's taken which form of torture you'd rather have.
Is Silent Hill that bad?
Yeah, it's not great.
It's not great.
Well, let's see if you saw this one, Jim. You take Resident Evil Apocalypse or the Jake Gyllenhaal vehicle, Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time.
Easily the Ben Kingsley starring movie, Prince Persia: The Sands of Time. What a classic.
Absolutely, not even close on that one. Now let's see. I don't know if you saw this one, the Resident Evil Apocalypse or Five Nights at Freddy's, a more contemporary one.
Five Nights at Freddy's for sure.
Yeah, I would
If
take.
only because of that one shot where the little girl is like playing with the Five Nights at Freddy's doll. And there's just like an insert of one of them giving like a thumbs up. It's my favorite shot in any movie. It's so good.
Oh God.
It's
Uh,
literally just their giant like robot like bird hand giving a
yeah.
thumbs up. It's so funny.
God. Are you ready for the sequel this year?
Yeah, I'm totally ready. I'm in.
I don't know why they were like Five Nights at Freddy's 2. It's coming out December for the Christmas release. That seems like a bold strategy.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll see if it pays off for them. All
Yeah,
right, we'll
it's
keep it.
just gonna be straight to streaming, right?
No, no, it's coming in theaters.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, we'll keep it a little bit contemporary here. Still, I don't know if you saw this one. Just came out. These two just came out pretty recently. Resident Evil Apocalypse or Until Dawn.
I didn't see that.
Ooh. I would take Until Dawn. Definitely a better movie, but not by a large margin. And then the big one, Jim, Resident Evil Apocalypse or the Jack Black vehicle, a Minecraft movie.
I didn't see him. What would you take?
I would take the Minecraft movie. The Minecraft movie is by no means a good movie, but it is certainly not. It is far from the worst thing I've ever seen. Like it's
Yeah,
just
it
like a
can't be
very
this bad,
yeah, no,
right?
it's a very just run of the mill kids movie. Like the way I would describe that movie is like we have tons of movies from our childhood that like you love as a kid, and when you get older, you're like, it's not really as great as I remember. As like, or as I'm an adult, I realize this movie's not really that good, but like you have that nostalgia for it. That's what a Minecraft movie will be for kids of like this generation that like saw it.
Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah. So like it's not horrible. Like definitely wasn't for me, but like far it's way better than fucking Resident Evil Apocalypse, that's for sure.
Dude, is that the last one you have?
No, no, I got a bunch more. I was giving you some contemporary movies.
Okay.
Trying to keep you like a little up to date.
Disappointing that I haven't heard a specific one yet. I'm waiting for it.
All right, let's see if this is the one then, Jim. Do you take Resident Evil Apocalypse or Mortal Kombat?
Mortal Kombat is also really awful, but I think I would take Mortal Kombat.
Did you see the newer one that they did? Like, I want to say, I think it was around like 2022.
I saw the first newer one that they released. Did they ever make a second one of those?
No, apparently the second one's supposed to come out this year, but we have yet to see any footage from that whatsoever.
Yeah, I saw that first one. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I thought that first one was all right. I would take Mortal Kombat. I do agree that the 90s ones are like also really bad, but like really bad in like an enjoyable way, whereas Apocalypse is just really bad.
I mean, let's not go so far as to call it an enjoyable movie.
I
Like, I
think
don't know about that.
I think the first one is enjoyable. Annihilation is rough. Do you take Resident Evil Apocalypse or the Tom Holland vehicle, Uncharted?
Uncharted.
Yeah, I would take Uncharted also.
Mark
Uncharted has,
Wahlberg in the role of a
yeah,
lifetime.
oh God, yeah, Mark as Sully Sullenberg. What else we got here? Do you take?
He landed that plane in the Hudson.
Yes, he did. He had the mustache to prove it. Do you take Resident Evil Apocalypse or any of the Lara Croft Tomb Raider movies?
All of the Lara Croft Tomb Raider movies.
Oh, all right, all right. Yeah, I think I would also take any of the Tomb Raider movies. Would you take Resident Evil or would you take Jean-Claude Van Damme's Street Fighter?
Jean-Claude Van Damme Street Fighter.
That movie is ridiculous in absolutely the best way possible.
Raul Julia, man. He's so classic in that.
That one is absolutely absurd. And then let me throw you maybe one or two TV shows here, Jim. Would you take Resident Evil Fallout, Resident Evil Apocalypse, or burying the lead here, Fallout?
I didn't watch Fallout. There's gonna be a lot
Really?
of these I haven't seen. I
You're a
was
big,
literally just
you're a
thinking this would be
big
fun
Fallout.
because of Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. I wasn't expecting all these newfangled games.
I'm sorry, I was trying to keep it more contemporary as well. You're a Fallout guy. I'm surprised you didn't watch that show.
Yeah, nah, didn't watch it.
Well, you should have. It was really good. I'm guessing then you also didn't see The Last of Us.
I watched the first season of The Last of Us. I thought that was pretty good.
Did think the first season was really good. Second
I
season,
never saw the
not
second season.
not so much. Did you watch Peacock's Twisted Metal?
I sure did, and I would take Twisted Metal all day, every day. Again, Anthony Mackie in the role of a lifetime. The role he was born to play, the guy
Role
from Twisted Metal.
was born to play. And then I have two last ones of note here. If you can think of any others, you can throw them out. But my last two ones of note here. Do you take Resident Evil Apocalypse or Detective Pikachu?
Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, real classic that was.
Begrudgingly.
So did you not like Detective Pikachu?
I thought it was okay.
It was okay. It did well too. I'm shocked that they didn't make any more other live action Pokemon movies after that. And then my final one here. Resident Evil Apocalypse or any of the Sonic movies?
Uh, which Sonic movie is James Woken again?
Oh, that's the third one, baby.
Yeah, I'll take that one.
I'll take that one any day of the
Yeah.
week.
No, I
And
like the
obviously,
first
like, there's
Sonic
our
movies.
main
I
ones. Like,
didn't see any of the other ones.
obviously, we know Super Mario Bros. Is better, both versions.
Yeah. Oh,
But
dude, the original Super Mario Bros. All-time classic.
yeah, an absolute classic. So all that's an all timer right there. But I don't, is there any other video games of note that you think I missed as far as adaptations go?
Didn't they make a Double Dragon movie?
All right, that's enough out of you.
Or Assassin's Creed?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they did do an Assassin's Creed one. That's actually a pretty good one because both of these movies are dog shit. Would you dig Resident Evil Apocalypse or Assassin's Creed?
I think I'd have to say Resident Evil Apocalypse.
Yeah, I think so too. That movie, I remember we screened that. That movie was god awful. God awful. Man, what a shame. Any others you could think of?
No, I'm about tapped out.
Yeah, I think that's really as deep as you can go in the reservoir that is Resident Evil. And I think it's good enough to turn our attention to our star ratings. What do you think the Raj asked for this week?
There's no way he gave it a good score, right? There's like no way.
I don't know, Jim. We've learned to always expect the unexpected when it comes to Raj.
This is the most unpleasant movie to look at that I can remember. Gene, I sat there appalled. They put almost nothing on the screen.
Jim, we are lockstep in with Raj Ebert again this week. He gave this a half a star out of four, following in the footsteps of you, Jim. He called this an utterly meaningless waste of time.
Yeah, dude, me and Raj.
Look at you and the Raj, lockstep. All right, Jim. So then I ask you, what final rating for Resident Evil Apocalypse?
I'm gonna give it 1 out of 5.
Yeah, I would also give it 1 out of 5. It just doesn't do it.
I
And
think
it's
we answered the question though if we're ever gonna give anything 0.
this is true. Yeah, I don't think we'll ever get to a perfect zero, but this is as close as you're gonna get. So with a one from me and a one from you, gonna give us an overall score of 2. Paul W.S. Anderson loves this area here, Jim. So let's do the battles with our twos. Do you take Resident Evil Apocalypse or do you take Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius?
Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius.
Yeah, not even close. That's an easy win right there. But we have two other twos, Jim. Do you take Resident Evil Apocalypse or Kangaroo Jack?
Kangaroo Jack.
I would also take Kangaroo Jack. And then do we take finally at the top of the twos Resident Evil Apocalypse or the Paul W.S. Anderson classic AVP Alien vs. Predator?
Uh man, that's tough. Um I'll take AVP.
Yeah, I would also take AVP. I think this is a clear AVP at least had me like in the setup and then ruined the execution. I don't think this movie ever had me once to begin with throughout this entire movie. There was never a movie where I was a moment in Resident Evil where I was locked in.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Because
So
it starts on such a high note with her busting into that police station. Like
yeah, it
it
just it,
goes so far off the rails so quickly. Including like they pick up that little girl and she literally just gets hit by like a cement mixer truck and
for
the
no
truck like
reason.
doesn't even stop, it just keeps going.
There's like zero reason for that to happen. Like it's so absurd. Yeah, just a garbage movie all around. So perfect place for that Resident Evil, and I'm very happy that Extinction isn't until 2007. So we've got a long time before we get to that movie.
Yeah, thank God.
Thank the Lord.
I think
Uh,
there's a couple of better ones though that are coming up.
yes, for sure, we do. We our next three locked in, bro. We're about to turn it around now. We're heading to Wimbledon, baby.
Yeah, Wimbledon, let's go. I'm so
Yeah,
excited.
yeah, we're going to Wimbledon, man. It's gonna be a great time. What was the last thing you jammed on? Anything? What have you been jamming on?
Uh I started watching Law and Order SVU.
Oh, he's back on the grind.
Yeah, I'm still in the first season of that. It's been it's I'm not gonna lie, kind of a tough kind of a tough one.
Is it?
I might not be on the grind. It's- It's a lot of like every episode's pretty heavy.
All right. Yeah. Not one for binging for that thing.
Yeah, no. Pretty heavy.
That is funny.
What about you? What
Um,
have you been watching?
so actually, we've switched this week. I have actually not, outside of going obviously to see my movies in theaters, I haven't really watched a movie at home. I've been playing the remaster of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's been taking up all my nights. So I haven't really watched a movie at home in a second.
That's interesting. How is that?
Fun. It's a good time. I never played 3 or 4. I only played 1 and 2 back when I was a kid. So it was cool to get this one and like play these ones
Tony Hawk
now.
Pro Skater 3 is so good.
Yeah, no, it's a classic. I loved it. It's a lot of fun.
That's the one with Canada, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a classic. And it's a great game. Like I love that game too because it's like I could pop in, just like play for a little bit and then like stop. Like it's not like a game that it's like I got to put like 70 hours into.
Right. Yeah, it's just like fun.
Yeah, there's just something to be said for those classic games where it was just like you play for a little bit and then you move on. So that's what I'm doing. But
Yeah.
we turn it over to you now. People, go out, make sure you check out all these movies for yourself, form your own opinions, and make sure you tune back with us here next week when we hit the tennis courts and we dive into the movie that is Wimbledon. And as always, we'll see you at the movies.